Hello friends and welcome to another replay. This time we're looking at the tier 10 of the SPGs from the Soviet line, Object 261, the artillery that's revered to be the most accurate of them all. But we all know that's a lie since it's all governed by the rules of RNG. Anyway, if RNG allows it, then it really is accurate. And here we can see it's a tier 10 match, pretty much balanced. Is it balanced? Maybe, maybe not. It seems balanced to me, but consider we have so many heavies, they got only one. With many mediums, that means they will be pushing more on the railway. The TDs will probably be hanging back or going to the TD hill where I'm aiming for. And that's the Waffenträger, and loading two APs first, and let's see, the AP has 360 penetration with 1100 damage on average. Um, Another thing to note is that the shells are relatively faster than other tanks, artilleries basically, mainly because the arc is very low. So if you were in a, let's say, um, I don't know, a map with a lot of hills, it's very tough to shoot across, for example, fjords. If you can't shoot across the or over mountains, but when you're playing the Conqueror GC, you have more chance of hitting the targets, hidden over there. So, anyways, since the RNG had proved that we cannot shoot that Waffenträger over there, we switched to the bridge. And there you go. That's one RNG that allowed it. Beautiful. Let's see, what else can I say? When I figured out that RNG was not allowing me to shoot those TDs, I switched to the bridge only because I've seen it, being overwhelmed. Our heavies probably can't face these mediums, especially with the E5 being buffed as it is. And I wanted to prioritize the E5, but since he was not in my view, and I thought the Centurion might be a softer target, so if I can shoot him, I probably will take him at least 90% of his health. So here comes the E5 being brave, trying to take on our heavies. And RNG will allow it. There we go. 649 damage and tracking him. That means our heavies, or any of my allies, if they're sniping or whatever, can take him out. And since he's being down to one shot, he's still alive. Yep, the T10 could not pen him, probably because of the armor buff.
They're knocked out.
So I just took matters to hand and took that E5 out of the equation. Now, I also, when I'm looking for the targets, I also look for the last spotted locations of the enemy tanks. And here I'm looking. Alright, there's the Centurion. He's one shot. He's not really worth the shell, but the T30, even though he's a tier 9, he can deal between 700 to 800. If he high rolls, really, RNG gives it to him, that's 900 damage. And I've seen it happen. 900 damage, and or at least close to it. So he's a priority, and nope, that was not a very good shot, basically, because he was moving and I didn't anticipate his reaction fast enough. Let's see. The good thing about the Object 261, the reload. The reload is really sweet, especially when you have rations on it. it makes it really sweet. Also, the aim is you probably need these rations, the foods, to make the aim time less.
Critical hit.
This is another thing we do in your artillery is you communicate with your team. Let them know when you're targeting someone or when you're reloading and whatever. Um, this is how we save the TVP from being annihilated by the T-30, bringing him down and making it easier for them to take him out. Now I'm looking at the T-49. He's trying to go and scout the artillery, but he finds the Waffenträger E100, and I really want to pay him back, for dodging those two AP shells. That's expensive, especially when you're playing, a tier 10 artillery. And he keeps moving back and forth. He dropped down to that hole to escape the mediums and the heavies, but when you're in a map with an artillery, that might not be the wisest thing, not unless he's counting on being safe until he reloads. And there we go, RNG. Thank you.
Armor is destroyed.
Beautiful. That made me feel good. 700 damage. Take him out. A very dangerous tank. Now we have also noticed that the enemy bad shot Artie made it to town. He scared the T-49. He scared many of the guys. So the next most dangerous target is the Foch 155. Let's see. I remember he can do
Critical hit.
700 damage per shot. And this is another one where we hit his gun, we track him, and T10 comes in to finish him. That was funny, and I believe it was unlucky for me, but I already have more than 4,000 damage, so I'm happy, and I contribute to my team, to the victory and all that. Unfortunately, the TVP dies to the RT. He gets gunned down, and right there I was looking for the most accurate shot I could have on that SPG, but unfortunately the T-49 and the Centurion Axe decided it's best to cap instead of kill them all. And let's go to after battle results. Alright, and here we see we didn't get an ace tanker, but a first class. I'm fine with that. Bruiser, damaging enemy vehicles, modules, or injuring crew members at least 5 times in the battle. We definitely did that. We can see on all of them basically. But that's from shooting HE. It's easier to do that way. And in terms of top damage, the SPG managed to get 4,650 with 2 kills, and it was second on XP, 785, and that was not our double, and because we didn't have premium time, we lost some credits. Because we tracked some of them, we got 524 assist damage, but that's it. It's really about RNG, and the skills for the RT player is always look at the map, move after you shoot, learn how to prioritize your targets, which target is more dangerous to your team or to most likely get to you and kill you before he can assist your team. The Object 261 is excellent, for countering enemy artillery, but because of the narrow traverse, it's really tough to judge and guess and taking your time, especially when the battle is moving really fast and developing every second, and there was not much of camping going on. Um, yes, helping the team definitely is one way to do it. This is how you win your battles, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it, and hope to see you next time. Thank